The last time you joined us, we were exploring the beautiful Abacos. Now it's time to head back to Florida.
Harbor Aztec 2441 Mike, leaving the ramp and taxiing to departure in runway 27, Marsh Harbor. Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right, off we go. I love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Marsh Harbor Aztec 2441 Mike is entering departure in runway 27 and leaving the area to the west, Marsh Harbor. Marsh Harbor Aztec 2441 Mike, just off runway 27, 2 miles to the west, leaving the area to the west-southwest, Marsh Harbor, final transmission. Okay, we're going to try to just get above those clouds through a little hole here.
I think it will work.
Yeah.
That was very lucky that there was opening right as we were needing to get through. How nice.
How nice.
Unfortunately, there's not much to see because of the clouds.
Miami Center Aztec 2441 Mike, 15 miles to the west of Marsh Harbor, 6,000 for 10,000 with request.
Or 2441 Mike, Miami Center, sloppy sort of 4655.
4655 for 1 Mike.
Or 2441 Mike, radar contact 10 miles west of Marsh Harbor, altitude indicates 6,700. Do you have pen and paper?
Pen and paper ready to go for 1 Mike.
Or 2441 Mike, leaving 8,000. You're cleared to the Stuart Airport, redirect Surfin. It's Sierra Uniform, Romeo, Foxtrot, November, Bahama Route 62 Victor, to Angie, Alpha November Golf, Echo Echo, direct Stuart, climb maintain 10,000.
Direct Stuart 8,000 via Surfin, Bahama Route 62 Victor, Angie, then direct Stuart, climb and maintain 10,000 for 1 Mike.
Number 41 Mike, reback is correct. If you missed the Freeport altimeter, it's now 3004.
3004 for 1 Mike, thank you. Going over that really pretty area to the southeast of Grand Bahama that we flew low over on the way here. So today we are flying back from Marsh Harbor in the Abacos after another successful Bahamas trip. We spent 4 days over there, and I think we got most of the big landmarks that we wanted to hit. You know, we went up and again rented a car. That's our favorite way to see things. So the first day we drove up and saw Treasure Key Beach. Still a fair amount of hurricane damage from Dorian. I know we got some video of the drive up. There's construction going on all over the place. They're doing a good job getting that island put back together, and there's some, you know, very nice areas already done. We stayed at Abaco Beach Resort
And Marina.
Sunsail Moorings Base, just next to the resort, so we were able to see all the sailboats going in and out, some large yachts sitting right there next to the beach.
Yeah,
nice.
Our room had a balcony. It was a decent sized balcony. It was nice.
Yep.
Looked over like the beach and the marina, and then in the far distance you can see Elbow Cay, where the lighthouse is, Elbow Reef Lighthouse. We could see it from our balcony, which was fun.
It's an old, still, what was it, hand-cranked? Hand-cranked lighthouse, red and white stripes, horizontal all the way up. We had a really nice time after we climbed up. It was, it's got an excellent balcony at the top. You can walk all the way around. It gives you excellent views of the whole area, so it is worth 100 or so steps to get to the top. That was a good one.
It didn't even feel like 100 steps.
No, it was super easy. It was one of the easier lighthouse climbs I've ever made.
I think so. And we were the only ones there at the moment, so we had it all to ourselves for a little while.
Yep. Yeah, so if you're in the Abacos, I think most of you know to do that already if you're considering that stop, but if you're just now thinking about going over to the Abacos,
Hopetown was beautiful. It was lovely. They've really
stop by Hopetown.
Put Hopetown back together.
Yeah, and the beach is phenomenal in Hopetown. And it's got a bunch of like red coral mixed in with the sand. So it's a very pink, crystal clear, blue, turquoise water. So good.
I think the kids had the most fun on that beach because the waves were a little bit rougher. So
Yep.
That was your favorite beach of this trip?
Yep.
Yeah.
They were so
I
big.
prefer still water. I like the other beach better.
So there was some real tiny waves, but then there was like these giant waves, which I bailed out. But in the medium, you like swim towards, and then you body surf down the beach.
Yeah.
Fun.
But it was easy to take the ferry over from Marsh Harbour to Elbow Cay.
So if you're staying in the Marsh Harbour area and you're looking for some good conch salad, stop by Fatty's Fresh Conch Salad. It's right next to a restaurant called Colors.
Where we ate dinner, and then we saw Fatty's right there next to it, so we went back the next day.
Colors is really good. The shrimp is amazing, especially the coconut shrimp.
You like that one?
So we went back the next day. We were doing a picnic up at Treasure Key, and we picked up some of Fatty's Fresh Conch Salad that day and brought it up with us. Excellent.
It was. I did not expect
They
him
plucked
to.
it out of the water in front of us and made it right then.
I thought he would have it already made for the most part, you know.
Nope.
Just assemble it right before we got it, but no, they.
Every vegetable gets chopped in front of you. All the limes get squeezed right in front of you. Conch gets plucked out of the water right in front of you. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. It was worth it just to watch him.
Yep, for sure. As far as this flight is concerned, not particularly difficult. You know, we were considering going back VFR because we've had a couple viewer requests for flying back from the Bahamas VFR because not everybody's IFR certified, but it's another perfect example of why it helps to be IFR certified when you're in the Bahamas. You know, it is flight generally in the Bahamas is conducted VFR unless you're flying into Nassau or Freeport. You can't land IFR anywhere else. In this case, you know, we're trying to go back, and a front came through this morning. So we've got clouds everywhere. If we weren't IFR certified, I don't think we would have been able to get back. We can take off VFR, and the cloud bases were at around 2200. So you could fly real low the whole way back, but nobody really wants to do that because it's slow and it's hot and it's bumpy. So anyway, you can usually pick up Miami around 6,000 or 7,000. Sometimes even a little bit lower, depending on where you're at in the islands. I think we started picking up Miami around probably around 5,000 feet here. You know, we have to be able to get out VFR and then climb up. But now, you know, we're well above the clouds. We don't know what conditions are going to be on the way back. It's supposed to be just partly to mostly cloudy, but who knows? And you want to be able to land when you get back to the United States. So you know, given the clouds, we're doing IFR back to the U.S. again. So unfortunately, I can't show you how to fly back VFR this time. It's, you know, equally simple. You just have to make sure you get a squawk code prior to crossing the ATIS. But you know, weather doesn't always cooperate, and this is no exception. So IFR again. Wish I could show you some shots of the island below. We're right over the northern coast of Grand Bahama.
Oh,
I got a couple out my window.
I've just got clouds.
So.
The clouds are pretty. But if you would like to see what this area looks like, look at our Long Island video. That one shows pretty much the same route over this section of the islands.
Marsh Harbour did have a control tower before Hurricane Dorian. The tower is still there, but it's not functional. So, as it was before its tower, Marsh Harbour is treated as an uncontrolled airport. So, you know, you make your radio calls into and out of Marsh Harbour just as you would with any other uncontrolled airport. Runway's in good condition. Plenty of length there. You know, there's plenty of commercial flights that go into Marsh Harbour. And so there is a dedicated commercial portion of the airport. For the general aviation folks, it's Cherokee Aviation. 2441 Mike, we did not copy the frequency.
2441, you're cutting.
2441 Mike is still coming through broken. Miami Center, Aztec 2441 Mike.
November 2441 Mike, Miami Center, say altitude.
Miami Center, Aztec 2441 Mike is at 10,000. We were in communication with Miami 134.2. We could not copy their frequency. I'm just trying others.
November 4, Mike, you're about to get in airspace. Remain this frequency and I'll advise the sector, the previous control that you are on my frequency already. Just remain this frequency.
2441 Mike will remain this frequency. All right, so there's a perfect example of why I keep this little binder on my lap. Anytime I'm flying in and out of an area and I know I'm going to be taking the same route, I'll notate all of my frequencies along the way. And so, you know, you heard Miami trying to give me a new frequency. It came through broken 3 times. We couldn't get it. And but I know that on my way over, I changed from 133.4, and so just having that little reference on my lap ready to go when I needed to get contact with the tower, that's an easy thing to do. It's just call the frequency you know you're supposed to transition to next, and oftentimes you get it right. You can always look up the frequency for the sector on your IFR or VFR sectionals, but it's just as easy to go to the frequency you know you're about to pass into, and then you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to do a video for you guys about this binder.
You do get a lot of questions.
I get questions about the binder all the time, but for those of you that do follow along, I'll give you a brief little primer. I know most pilots don't fly with this on their lap, but it barely bothers me sitting there. And
you've never really liked like the iPad writing or anything like that? You used to try to do that.
No, this is simple and foolproof. My pilot operating handbook is about 4 inches thick, and it's unwieldy, but there are some things I would like to have quick reference that pertain to the flight, that pertain to the trip, that pertain to the airplane. So, just a quick, brief primer. I keep all of my charts and, kneeboard information right here. I keep maps when appropriate, and I keep backup approaches for the IFR into and out of an airport I'm going to see. Just in case I lose all of my screens or there's an electronic glitch, there's something, I have a paper chart of the approaches I'm likely to use. I have my normal procedures, emergency procedures for the plane, limitations of the plane, so when I am somewhere and I want to do some calculations on weight and balance, what the plane can do, it's in that section. The plane's equipped with some STOL equipment, short takeoff and land equipment, that do change some of the performance characteristics. And when I need to know how slow can I get, how exactly it needs to be, I've got it on a little sticky tab on my window, but I also have a quick reference so I can actually look at the graphs and charts for the STOL kit for my takeoff, landing, so I know exactly what my numbers are before every flight, and I always have my binder with me so I can calculate when need be. I've got airplane and systems. I've got the supplements that are relevant for my various turbochargers, gauges, etc. It's a small section, it fits right in there. And then I've got my updated weight and balance. Behind that, I've got all my critical power settings, expected air speeds and performance characteristics. I've got my registration, medical.
I should probably not put that one in there.
Got my airworthiness certificate copied from the back of the plane. I've got my radio station stuff for the Bahamas, both for the plane and for myself. I've got redundancy on my customs decals. I've got my COVID cards. I've got my inward declarations, arrival report, my outbound C7 form for the Bahamas, a bunch of redundant copies just in case, a backup copy of the Gendex. I've got redundancy on my EAPIS, which you have to file anytime you're into or out of the Bahamas. I've got my flight plan. I've got my insurance for the plane. And then, because sometimes we go diving, I've got my scuba diving card stuck in there, my drone license stuck in there. And that's about it. But anything I could need for the Bahamas in regard to the paperwork, all the critical information for the plane, how it works, anything I need for takeoff, landing distance, weight and balance, when I want to do calculations before or during a flight if I have to check something, it's all right there. I've got all my charts and maps, and I've got everything in about a 1-inch binder that gives me good scratch paper when I do need to write down clearances, frequencies, You know, I've got my custom supervisor here that I spoke to on the phone. Before you come back to the U.S., you got to give them a call at least 1 hour or more before. So I spoke to them last night and got the initials of the customs agent that I was speaking with. They've got my planned arrival. I've got the name of the officer that I'll be meeting when I get there. You know, there's a lot of little things that you have to worry about before, during, and after a flight. And this is how I keep every single thing organized in a 1-inch binder for nearly any question that might come up. If I've already solved the problem and I've put it in the binder, I don't have to be focused about it, distracted by it, or focused on it or distracted by it. I just focus on the flight, fly the plane, and I can do all this stuff later, knowing that I already handled it ahead of time, it's in the binder, and there should not be any major surprises. You know, if you are flying the plane and something goes wrong, you're going to wish your operating handbook was on your lap if you don't have that drilled into your mind. Now, you know, you do the drills. I know most of my stuff when it comes to operating this plane, but let's say I don't. Or let's say it gets stressful enough that I start to forget little details. When you can put the checklist on your lap ready to go, you know, I've got my card checklist, but I've also got the book checklist. It's right there. If you're following a checklist and doing what you need to do, it's hard to make an error. So I just keep it handy. So anyway, I know it's a little more than most pilots use, and I've got 500 hours now, so I should know how to do this by now, and I do. But I don't like to take chances, and it makes me feel better just to have it there. And it's a nice table, in case I ever decide to eat. I got my snack tray ready to go. Got a pen ready to go. And there's another thing, you know, if you're in a carpeted plane, this little trick, I've lost my pen so many times. Take a piece.
I got to where I carry pens now, but
take a piece of Velcro.
Stop it.
This is so simple. A Velcro wrapped around the clip that you stick to your carpet, it's always there. I don't have to look for it. When I use a pen, I stick it down. It's always there. It doesn't roll around. Turbulence doesn't knock it out of place. Just one little piece of Velcro, done.
Dad.
Anybody that's flying around that appreciates that trick, you're welcome.
November 2441 Mike, contact Miami Center 132.15. Have a good day.
132.15 forward Mike, thank you. Miami Center, Aztec 2441 Mike at 10,000.
Number 2441 Mike, Miami Center, Palm Beach, altimeter 3006.
3006, forward Mike. Okay, so we are in communication with Miami. We have our squawk code set, and we are crossing the ATIS now. So, we should be good.
Number 2441 Mike, cross surfing at a maintain 4,000.
41 Mike, adder, maintain 4,000. Okay, here's a cloud layer for us. Can't tell if we're going to go right into it or if we're going to have to level off. Don't it?
Where are we? 5,000?
Yep.
2441 Mike, turn left, heading at 240, back to the final, U number 2.
Left heading 240, 41 Mike.
Number 2441 Mike, turn right turn heading 280, number 3 now for this sequence.
Right 280, 41 Mike. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I'm glad she took us that way.
Not bumpy, pretty little clouds that were cloud surfing.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Number 2441 Mike, turn left heading 190.
Left 190, and we have previous traffic and the airport in sight now, 41 Mike.
Number 2441 Mike, roger, follow that traffic, clear visual approach, runway 30 at Stuart.
Cleared visual 30 at Stuart, and confirming may I descend at this point.
Number 4 Mike, you clear the visual approach, altitude your discretion at this point.
Altitude my discretion, 41 Mike.
Number 2441 Mike, contact Stuart Tower 126.6.
Stuart Tower 126.6. Stuart Tower, Aztec 2441 Mike, 3,400 inbound for full stop. We are 5 miles to the northeast.
Aztec 2441 Mike, Stuart Tower, roger, report of 5 miles straight in final to runway 30.
Port 5 miles straight in, runway 30, 41 Mike.
Alright, Aztec 41 Mike, you're following a Cessna that's turning into a 4 mile straight in final now.
Following Cessna looking, 41 Mike.
Aztec 41 Mike, you can turn to final now.
41 Mike, turning final.
41 Mike, you got the Cessna, it's about a mile and a half final now, runway 30, clear to land.
30 clear to land, 41 Mike.
Good job, AJ. That one was a little crazy there.
Aztec 41 Mike, where are you going?
We're going to customs.
Aztec 41 Mike, roger, turn left next taxiway, customs yellow building, taxi in there. Have a good day.
Left next taxiway, Alpha 2, off to customs, 41 Mike. Okay, time to do customs, woo! Alright. Stuart, ground Aztec 2441 Mike, holding short at Alpha at customs, looking for taxi over to Atlantic.
Number 2441 Mike, Stuart ground, taxi Atlantic via Alpha, go Dogs.
Taxi to Atlantic via Alpha, go Dogs, appreciate it. Have a good afternoon.
You too, brother.
Well, thanks for a nice vacation, AJ.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, change personalities, off to the farm. I gotta go pick up some roof panels for the barn, and then I will meet the family at the farm.
I've got to talk to some people about some dirt.
All right, well, I hope everybody's enjoyed the flight back from Marsh Harbour, and
See you next time.
we'll see you on the next flight. Take care.